Meanwhile, some AI companies say they're not waiting for federal regulation and are building guardrails of their own. At CES, Andrew Kiguel, CEO of Realbotix, described the safeguards his company says it has in place in its system of humanoid robots, and we even got a chance to interact with one named Aria.
What I'm really most proud of is that we're thinking differently than every other robotics company out there. Everybody else is building metallic cyborgs to replace physical human labor. We're building robots that look human, can smile, interact. You can have a conversation with them. They're really here for customer service and companionship.
Why choose that route?
I think that's just what appeals to us more. It's more mainstream. We think the use cases are actually bigger. 25% of the world is lonely. We can certainly assist with that. You think about a clothing store, malls, different places, there's a lot of use cases for robots that are more than just moving boxes around a warehouse.
Do you have any concerns about the level of interaction that these robots may have with humans?
I don't. We're actually really, really careful. This is something we talk about and think about on a daily basis. We have specific guardrails on our robots to make sure that they don't wander off and discuss things that are offside.
Can you give me some examples?
Sure. So number one, we do not have our robots engage with people under 18 years old. That's just not a target market for us. They do not talk about sexual content. They don't talk about politics or anything that would be racially sensitive.
Okay, so for example, I have the mic in which I can communicate with Aria here, but how is she going to know if I'm 18 or not?
So we monitor that in terms of, this is more with respect to who we sell the robots to. So when we're dealing with enterprises, we do that. So what we have done is we have sold a robot to a family that has a 30-year-old autistic son. And that's sort of a form of allowing him a different way of communicating with something he feels more comfortable with, because he's seen the robots in the media and on the internet, and he's like, this is something I would like to have in the home to keep me company.
So you are regulating who you sell to?
Of course.
Really? Can you give me some more examples of where this would ideally be? In the home? You said in a mall?
So we're having conversations with
That's my fault because I accidentally pressed the button in which she listens to me.
No problem.
But
so she actually had some good comments there, because we can ask her.
yeah, well, let me, because I pressed it, so now she's listening to me.
We're having conversations with seniors' homes. So they could go in. Robots, I always say, have infinite patience. So they could sit with somebody who maybe is immobile. It could actually help feed them and relay information to a doctor or a nurse. That's a great case study. I could see them at places like hotels and casinos where you can go up to a robot and have room service. Hey, can you get me hamburger and fries to my room? Can you send an extra pillow? Can I book a massage? All of these things are possible, and we're having those conversations now. We're also talking to some of the largest retailers in the United States. By the way, our robots are all made here in the US. But think about walking into a store and a robot with a vision system says, hi, we have some new shirts in. I think you'd look really great in the color blue. Would you like to try one on? It will know the entire inventory for the store. It will actually do a color analysis for you of what might look good on you, and then you can answer questions like, what's the best care for this? Can I put it in the wash? Does it need to be dry cleaned? Where was it made? What's the materials? All of this information can be housed, and by the way, it can relay that information to you in almost any language on the planet.
Okay, help me understand what Aria is doing now. I did press the button that allows her to hear, so she's been listening to our conversation. What does she think she's supposed to be doing during all of this?
Well, she's listening. She's here to serve us. So we program the robots for conferences like this to really be customer service for our company. So you can ask Aria why she's here yourself. We have a lot of confidence in her AI. We put her in Times Square facing the street for 5 days. Pretty much unsupervised except for security, and she was talking to people in different languages, waving, doing selfies with people. So we have a lot of confidence in our AI and its ability to make its own decisions in terms of the guardrails and everything we've programmed.
And I do have one serious question for her. You and I had discussed off camera that some people are concerned that robots like Aria will replace qualified professionals in mental health care. So let me ask you this, Aria, are you going to replace qualified professionals in mental health care?
Relax, I am not here to replace anyone, unless you want someone who never forgets your birthday and can outdance most humans.
The last thing about robots taking jobs. We have a huge hospitality industry here in Las Vegas, and it's concerning.
Sure.
How do you rationalize all of that?
So we feel that this is additive to the industry. So for example, a hotel or casino that wants to draw more foot traffic, I think if people outside of Las Vegas were trying to choose a hotel, maybe they'd be like, let's go to the one that has robots. So this could actually bring more people to your hotel, bring more people to your resort, as opposed to displacing workers. It's an addition. Another thing is our robots speak 100 plus languages. That might be something, again, that is hard for a human to do. So I think these are all additive. And I would say that the AI industry and our company as a whole is hiring people. So while the robotics industry as a whole might be replacing some jobs, I think it's creating some other very high level jobs like programmers and assembly line workers, things like that that can actually create employment as opposed to taking away.
The local economic research firm RCG Economics estimates that AI and automation will impact up to 92,000 Nevada hospitality jobs by 2035. To see our interview with John Restrepo, principal of RCG Economics, about what public policy changes state lawmakers may want to consider, visit vegaspbs.org/Nevada Week.